Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role model every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika Broadcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Naki and Carl.
What's up, Naki?
Well, there you go. We're finally on.
Every Sunday from 10-ish,
10-ish
to noonish,
to noonish.
11-ish. We're the ish.
We'll let you know. We will let you know. You know when you see that notification.
You know when
You'll
we
know.
started, we were dead on time every time.
I
Like
know.
right on the second we
Right.
were right. We've
I-
slowly evolved into a
Right.
Pacific Islander show.
Yes. I used to be OCD about time. Like at 9:58, I get myself in a big old fit.
I always say the kids teach us more than we
Right.
teach them, and Mena has helped us
Right.
relax.
Right.
Take
Right.
woosah around 10.
Yeah.
So-
Because
This is the Faika Podcast, Season 6, Episode 12. And what are we going to do today? We've got lots of check-ins. We've got information to go over in our check-ins. We have a strong Pacific Islander woman to talk about because it's Women's History Month. And we may talk about getting drunk and doing things you shouldn't do, like stealing things. Like multi-$1,000 bottle of liquor.
I was like, are you talking about me?
You
I was
looked
like,
a little
what
nervous
What did I
there.
do?
I didn't think there were cameras around when I was young. That's
Right.
what Naki's going. She's doing a mental inventory there. What's he talking about?
I'm doing a mental
I'm
inventory.
talking about the girl in San Jose
Oh!
who
I
got
thought-
her
I
steal
was-
on the
I
way
was
out of the
doing
bar.
a mental inventory of Friday. I was like, did you talk to JT?
I know we partied, but what
Yeah.
what exactly do you know?
Mhm.
So that on our check-ins. That's our show today. Naki, what's good?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Checking in. We're a little late. Maury is checking in.
Good morning, Maury.
I think from SFO. Good morning to our Maury, Moses Moley, who's complaining about our late check-in. So good morning to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you. This weekend. Okay, first, this week, I have a dog named Sunga who is like the one of the loves of my life. I never used to be a dog person.
So before when Naki's going to get into
Mm-hmm.
this story, we were messaging back and forth, and she was talking about having a bad day. She was having a bad day at work, which is just normal, right? We all have bad days at
Mm.
work. And then I got a message that was like freaking out message, and
Yeah.
I was thinking this was all work related until I found out what happened. So Naki's going to tell the story. On the other end was me looking at my phone, going like something crazy happened
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah, I was at work. And so our dog groomer is down the street. Literally, we can walk there. And so I get a text from our groomer saying, oh, I've moved. I'm doing my business out of my home now. And I was like, okay, makes sense. Pandemic, cut costs, move your business to
So you
your
used to
home.
go to her when she was in a business, in a
building.
building.
a
That was further away,
business. Yes.
right? So this is
Yeah.
closer.
No, this is further.
Oh, it's further.
Her house is further.
I
But
got you.
so I was like, oh, okay, she did a good job with Sunga. We're going to go back to her. So I tell, my kids take Sunga to her appointment. It's on this day, Wednesday, I think it was at whatever time. So then they take Sunga, drop her off, and then I get a call on my phone. I usually don't pick up unknown numbers, and I don't know why she was using a different number, but it said Vacaville. But she's in Fairfield. Anyway, I pick up the call, and the lady on the other end goes, "She got out. She got out." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And it's my groomer. Then she says, "Sunga got out. The garage." She opened up her garage door. And Sunga got out. And I said, "Oh my God, you bleep bleep." And I hung up. I hung up on
You
her.
called her a wonderful person? What did you call her?
I called her a bleep bleep and I hung up. Now I'm in tears. I'm crying. Now I'm all emotional all over again. I call my girls and I said, Sunga got out. Sunga got out. Go help that lady look for Sunga.
So you mobilized the Mole army to get
I
over there and find your dog.
My team of investigators, and they load up in the car. Mo was sleeping because he works graveyard. And so the girls yell at him to get up and let's go. He barely doesn't know what's going on. He's like rushing to the car. My lay, who is the closest to Sunga, is sobbing. She's sobbing. Mena, who dropped off Sunga, tells everybody, get your bleep in the car. we gotta go look for Sunga. Mo says he just gets in the car. My lay is crying the whole time, gets in the car. Mena gets in the driver's seat going 90 miles an hour to this lady's house. And Mo's like, what the hell? He gets the story on the way. I call them to give her, I'm going to send you her phone number. So call, she's like 10 minutes from the house. I think she's down the street from the studio. And so then I call the lady back.
After you called her a bleep and bleep.
After I called her a bleep and bleep, but her husband answers and he says, we got her. She was around the corner.
She went for a little walk.
She went for a little walk. And so what happened was she does the grooming in her house and she puts Sunga in a kennel and puts the latch on. She didn't tighten the latch. So when the garage door opened up, Sunga pushed on the and pushed on the door and got out and just took off running around the corner. And so that's my baby. That's my girl. That is my love. That we have a picture of Sunga up on the screen. So,
and of course, she's happy. Doesn't matter what she's doing.
She don't know what's going on.
She's just
in
happy.
The meantime, we're all freaked out. So the guy says, her husband or whoever he is says, we got her. She was around the corner. So then I hang up on her and I call my lay or Mena's phone and I say, they got her. I can't even talk to my lay because she's sobbing. And then
meanwhile, on the phone, all I get is, oh my God, I'm crying too much, can't type. And I'm thinking this is work related. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell happened at work?
Yeah, you probably thought I got fired. I did not.
I thought you might have got fired.
I'm grateful for my job. Let me just throw that out there. You might have
lost it and socked somebody in the throat.
No. So yeah, I was sorry. I texted you and said, oh my God, I was freaking out. So then I call my girls and they're in the car. Mena's like Speed Racer. For those of you who don't know, Speed Racer was a cartoon back in the early.
It was almost a black and white cartoon.
Aging myself. Mena is driving like a crazy woman to this lady's house. My lay is just crying. Mo said later that my lay couldn't even talk. She was so upset. And so, but they felt better when I called them back to say that they got her.
So of course, now let me guess what happens at this point. They turn around and just go home. Right?
No. They go directly back to the groomer's home and I was like, I don't care what's going on. Just get my dog. So they get there and Sunga was in the kennel locked up again and then was just like chilling like, hey, what are you guys doing here?
It's a good day. She got to see the groomer and her husband, got to go for a little walk.
Yeah, totally. And Mo says we pull up and Sunga's in the kennel calm as anything and was like, hey, what are you guys doing here? So they take the dog. I am 100% feeling better now that they actually have Sunga in their hands,
in their possession.
And I felt so bad for the lady because it happens, human error. And
you mean the bleep and bleep? You felt bad for the bleep and bleep?
As they were leaving, putting her in the car, the lady says, oh, so I guess you're not bringing her back. You damn Skippy, we ain't bringing her back. We are not bringing her back. My lady's going to take some grooming classes and learn how to groom a pet, and we're just going to take care of her ourselves. themselves.
That's what I was thinking when you were telling me the story. I was like, oh, Kalofai Sunga, you're never going to leave the house.
Never leaving the house again.
You might go with like multiple people for a walk.
Right. Yeah.
But you're going to become like the president. You're going to have a
you
CIA
have
team around you.
Yes, that's totally what's happening with my dog. And so I always feed her whatever I'm eating. It depending on what it is. If it's chicken and it's
I
not
don't know.
seasoned.
Yeah.
And so
weird.
the girls always yell at me like, Mom, stop feeding Sunga. And then that day I was like, I don't give a shit what you guys say. I'm feeding Sunga whatever she wants today. So she got to eat whatever I was eating that day. And then
like every day.
And then, that makes me like, she sleeps with me anyway. So I was like, okay, she's never, my lay just said never. She's never, ever leaving our side again. So my lay's going to take grooming classes and learn how to groom our own Sunga. So that's it. So that was my freak out. Like I never thought I would lose my shit at work.
So the veterinary, you go to the vet, what are you going to do? You're going to stay there, never leave until go in with her and then leave with her?
Yeah, our vet Mo takes Sunga to the vet, so he'll just chill out.
Just wait no matter how long it takes.
And they wait anyway. They never leave. They just sit outside the vet's office because of the pandemic. They come out to your car and get Sunga. I don't know what it is now. Maybe they'll let Mo go in, but yeah, Sunga is like, she's gonna be like the president.
Lockdown.
So, and she's really chill. She's not buck wild. So speaking of buck wild, my grandpet came over this week. Georgia came over. It was my daughter's dog. They came over this week, and right when she comes into the house, I just open up the back door and let her out because she's buck wild. So my grandpet my fur grandbaby was here this week, which I'm so happy to see. Georgia is, what is she, Minna? Like
Cane Corso?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's going to be gigantic.
She's huge.
Oh, she's going to get.
She's taller than Sunga now. So,
I saw when Georgia was over there, Georgia was doing the Sunga dance outside.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what the Sunga dance is, Sunga, when she wants to come in, if she knows that you've seen her and you haven't reacted in time, she'll jump up and down to get your further attention.
Window.
So Georgia was doing that on the outside, and Sunga was sitting literally with her paws crossed, like relaxed,
a lady
watching Georgia lose her mind outside. Right. So Georgia was jumping up and down and banging against the glass door, and Sunga was like just staring at her like, you're crazy.
Yeah. So there you go. DJ Loose Screws. Good morning. Checking in on Facebook.
Good morning, DJ.
DJ Loose Screws. I like that. George and Rebecca Chica. Good morning. Billy Palemene. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning on Facebook. We are live on Facebook this morning. So thank you for tuning in. So that was my drama. I know I'm a dog mama. I'm a dog mama now.
Yeah, before she didn't give a damn about dogs. She would say, literally, people would cry about their dog passing away or whatever, and Naki would say, like, it's a dog. Like, I get it, I guess, but I don't. And now we were driving down the freeway after she had gotten Sunga, and there was a dog in the back of the truck that wasn't on a leash, so the dog was kind of walking back and forth and looking around
on the freeway.
Naki was like, "Oh my gosh, you need to put that dog on a leash. That's unsafe. The dog could jump out." I was like, "Look at you! All of a sudden, you care not only about your own dog, you care about everybody else's dog too."
Yes, so I'm a dog person now. So yeah, that was my freak out for the week. Was Sunga got out, and so we're not having that anymore. And then Friday, so Rhythmic Catalyst, they had a concert with Jordan T and Anuhea, and they invited us to go. So me, Mo, and my sister Titi went to this concert in Milpitas at the India Community Center in Milpitas. It was such a good concert. It was the venue was very nice. There's a picture. We have a picture of Anuhea up on the screen. I took that. We were that close.
It's not even zoomed in.
It's not even zoomed in, but they had vendors there. Jordan T was amazing as always. Anuhea. I love her voice. Her voice is really good. Like I've heard Jordan T before at the Island Reggae Festival, and so he's always amazing. She was at the Island City Reggae Festival too, but at the Rhythmic Catalyst, the place, her voice is so
Anuhea is-
strong.
and she's beautiful.
She's stunning. So if you've never seen them perform, you missed out because it was a sold out event. The place was packed. Thank you to Rhythmic Catalyst, JT Tenadora, Jen and Christine, who are really the boss, JT's bosses, but they were there. It was good to see them. I hadn't seen them because of the pandemic, and so Christine has her. She makes Mickey Mouse ears, and so she had some really nice ones. She's at Lost Princess Dreams, but I like this because it had I have one of the ears that I purchased up on the screen. It has PI kind of motif. And so I loved. I wish I could have bought a lot more.
Everything that Rhythmic Catalyst does, everything they do is done extremely well.
Very professional.
They promote fights. So it's West Coast Elite.
Yes.
We had gone to that. And I've been to MMA shows since the beginning.
I remember
of
you
MMA.
told me, right?
And I walked into that as an amateur event, and it was medical personnel.
I know there was
a backdrop, there was a walkout. They had, and it looked like what a professional event looks like.
Very professional. It wasn't fobby at all.
Everything they do
is really classy. They do a great job with their events, and so this was no different. The show was really good. Their MC, dang it, I wish I knew his name, but he was really, really good. He was funny. He kept the crowd hyped. I'm going to have to look for that and post it when we repost this show, but he was really good. Jen, Christine, JT. I seen Justin, who is JT's son, who is a fighter, MMA fighter. He looks really good. I ran into him and started talking to him. He's fit, like he's really fit, and I was like, man, you're fit. And like all MMA fighters, you have to stay ready because you never know when you're going to get that call,
when that phone's going to ring.
So he looks really good. I met his girlfriend. JT was there running around like crazy. He sat us at his table. So I'm spoiled. Like
you're spoiled.
I am
100%.
So spoiled by Rhythmic Catalyst because they take really, really good care of us when we show up to an event. So we sat at his table, which he never sat. I never seen him because, of course, he was busy running around making sure everything was on point. TT and I had a few drinks before we left to the show. Just a few. We were feeling really good. We had the Mexican candy shots.
Those are back.
Those are back. Those are here to stay. And so we had a few of those before we got to the show. And then I had beer. And then I gave up beer for Lent, and I messed that up. I lost my mind when I got there. So they had beer and wine. The vendors were amazing. So I have my earrings on today that I got from Serendip Betty. Betty and Anthony are the couple. Serendip Betty. So go follow them on Instagram, Betty and Anthony. Anthony is Chamorro, who does the designs on the earrings. He had really good, I seen the earrings and I lost my mind. I got a few. So go follow them on Instagram, Serendip Betty and Anthony out of Milpitas. They're on Instagram. And then the ears that I showed, it's Christine. She owns that business. She's a multi-entrepreneur kind of person. It's Lost Princess Dreams on Instagram. I love everything that she created. I also had mochi popcorn from one of the vendors there, Luana.
Popcorn and mochi crunch.
So good. And then they had kimchi mochi popcorn. So that I would have brought some, but we ate that.
It's all gone.
So sorry about that. But yeah, it was a great event. Thank you, Rhythmic Catalyst, for everything. I mean, they always take good care of us. So big shout out to JT, Jen, and Christine for always being gracious hosts. So thank you.
Not surprised that that concert was really well put
It was
together.
really well
professional,
put
and
together.
a
Yeah.
great, all the way to the DJ.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's just,
The
but that's
music was
just the way
good.
Rhythmic Catalyst
Yeah.
does. So if you
Yeah, they
see
do.
something with the Rhythmic Catalyst name on it, it's going to be well done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Yeah.
great event.
So it was sold out. So their next event, when you see they're doing something, go get tickets.
Get
soon.
there, or
Mhm.
let Nike have to tell you how good it was.
I know it was so good. So yeah, thank you again to Rhythmic Catalyst. This week, Snacky with Mackie round 20 is going on right now. While our ask is 50 cents. At the end of the round, whatever we collect, we go to eat somewhere. We go snacky, and then we tip our server whatever we collect. So right now we're at $436.50. So there you go. I will be in Southern California this weekend, so maybe we'll get a chance to do it there. We'll see. We're going to the We Are Samoa Gala. So that
Naki's going to be on the red
Mhm.
carpet.
I would, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, we're going to talk about that since
Yeah.
Naki doesn't want to talk about that.
yeah.
You're going to be on the red carpet, and you're going to be flagging down who? Who's going to be at that event?
Well, it's a We Are Samoa Gala is a fundraiser event celebrating 75 years of the legendary Samoa musician Jerome Fa'anana Gray at the FET, the venue in Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa.
Costa
Look at you. You're
Mesa.
going to get down with the Southern California name.
Right. And the event is sold out. So that's freaking amazing. So sorry, not sorry. Catch them next year. It's going to be an annual event. So if you missed the tickets, so sad. But next year, catch them next year. But some of the artists that will be performing is Gary King, Bay Area's very own Reno on Hawaii, Paula Funga out of Hawaii, Lapi Mariner, Sean Ishimoto, Leah Love, and the Fiva Music Band, blah, blah, blah. They'll be entertaining the entertainers that evening. So it's going to be a great event.
They're expecting some big names in the
They're
audience,
expecting, so a few of the special guests that are showing up is Troy Polamalu, who is a retired Pittsburgh Steelers, Carl's team.
Yeah, he went to USC, so he's
Yes.
really well known in obviously Southern
In
California.
Southern California.
And not just Polynesian Football Hall of Fame, but
Yeah,
the NFL Hall
the
of Fame.
NFL Hall of Fame. So Troy Polamalu will be there. Tiffany Smith on Hawaii, who is a VP for CBS Entertainment. Whoa. Mike Purcell, Eldridge Porter, Billy V, who will be the MC that evening. So, and Sam Fua, and just a bunch of entertainers and amazing people will be at this event. We'll be interviewing them or briefly talking to them on the red carpet. I will be there for PBD and Island City Media, and Q will be there producing. And
by we, Naki means she will be there. She will be on the red carpet. I'm not going to be on the red carpet. You and Q will be.
Me, yeah.
And they're going to be doing some really cool interviews, and it's going to be nice to see our people all dolled up on the red carpet with the flash bulbs popping.
Event. Right. So tuxedo, evening gowns. So it's going to be really nice to see our community in their space with, celebrating our this amazing musician, and they're fundraising for it. So I'm going to see Alisi there. So that should be nice. But a lot of amazing Pacific Islander role models, entrepreneurs, educators. It's going to be a great event. So I'm looking forward to that this weekend.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Lots of fun. So hopefully we'll get to interview lots and lots of peoples. It's going to be a great event. So We Are Samoa Gala is happening this weekend. The event is sold out, but we'll be celebrating Jerome Gray and his legend and everything amazing that he's done during his lifetime. So that'll be great. It's getting put on by his kids. So they are hosting the event, and so many more sponsors. So that is happening Saturday, March 26th, Costa Mesa. Fet the venue. I hope I said that right.
Yeah,
Fet the venue.
and hopefully, is this the first one they've had?
It's the first one, and I think it's going to be an annual event.
Awesome. That's why
So,
I
yeah.
hope it develops into, a
Mhm.
gathering every
Yeah.
year where people can see us in that, that mainstream style space.
Yes. So I'm excited to see a red carpet event with, highfalutin Pacific Islanders. So
Highfalutin.
highfalutin. I'm all highfalutin. PI pollutant, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That is happening this week, March 26th. So keep an eye out on our social media, PBD's page, and Island City Media will be posting all afternoon. So there you go. What else happened this week? I think that's it. We are
The
summer.
busy week.
Busy week. Yesterday I chilled all day because it's possible I could have been hungover. Yeah,
It just could be
slight
a coincidence.
possibility.
Could have just been a
Yeah,
coincidence. She didn't feel
coincidence.
good, and it was the day after.
There you go. PJ is checking in on Facebook. Good morning, PJ.
Good
Thank
morning,
you for
PJ.
tuning in this morning. Mama is
Good morning,
tuning
Auntie.
in from National City, San Diego area. Pete Feast. Wow, my whole family is on. Good morning, Pete.
It's the Fiesel family.
The Fiesel family is on. So yeah, I think I covered everything. There was an article. SD Voyager, freaking did a story on me.
On you.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells some amazing things.
It tells the backstory of PBD.
There you go.
So if you haven't read it, go check it out. You'll hear the whole story of how PBD started. And
I don't do much of our social media. It's Naki. Naki does all of the social media, but I
Mhm.
knew that wasn't going to get posted unless I logged on there, because I actually talked to her about it. She's like, yeah, I'm not really, if people see it, they see it. So I actually posted on PBD's business page, which also posts to our PBD page. So you can go check that out if you haven't seen it. It tells a good backstory of, where Naki came from, how she grew up, her family, some history of PBD as well. So I like that article because it talks about you as the person, not just you as the on-air personality.
Yeah, awesome. JT, good morning,
JT Tenador.
Brother, I just went on about 15 minutes about what a great event that Rhythmic Catalyst puts on every single time.
It's this good. She just got over her hangover.
Yeah, I was hungover on Saturday, just by the way. I had such a good time. So thank you, Rhythmic Catalyst, JT again, Jen, and Christine. So yeah, if you haven't read the article, go ahead and check out our page. It's a lot of people were surprised to hear the backstory, and then the story of our cancer journey. So there you go check it out. I think I've covered everything. So how was your week?
My week it was a bunch going on. We've been chasing 5-5 around the state for her senior year of softball, and Tuesday actually brought her to Sacramento. So we had a short drive to Rockland.
That's awesome.
William Jessup University, and man, she just is so comfortable at the plate now.
Yeah.
She was in the 2 games. I think she was 4 for 7 with a couple doubles. Like, she's really getting into the swing of things, and you just see how comfortable she is on the field.
Awesome.
And then we finally missed a game. She was in San Diego on Saturday, and we missed that game. And it's bad that we missed the game because she hit a home run. This is her first home run of her senior season.
Yeah, she always hits really good when you're not there.
Yeah, and she's so superstitious. I mean, she is a baseball, softball, that group is a superstitious bunch.
Yeah.
So her mom and I were joking about, we might not be able to go to the games anymore, but she's been hitting really well all the way through. So it was nice to see, just the hard work that she puts in, and it's really paying off over the last few games.
Awesome. I'm glad that it was up closer to you guys so that grandma and grandpa can go.
Yeah, they were there. It was, a half an hour away instead of
that's
2.5 hours away. So that was good. It was good to see her on a Tuesday. And then Friday, I went to Fort Bragg to go see my mom.
Yay.
She's getting up in age,
Mhm.
and it's important to, be there. And
Yeah.
it's tough watching your parents grow old.
Yeah.
It's like watching Superman lose their cape.
I know.
Nobody likes to see their parents.
Yeah.
Not the super people that we saw and we knew growing up.
How is Auntie Dot?
Auntie Dot, my mom is good.
Yay.
She's as sassy and she's herself.
Yeah. She still plays Scramble every week.
She plays Scrabble every
Look
week.
at her.
She's still competitive with that. She's like, and I won last week. Should make sure that she let us know that she won. So Friday in the morning, I got a Facebook message from one of the guys I went to high school with. His name's Pat. And I had missed, it was a call. It wasn't a message. And I had missed it because I worked in the morning before we took off for Fort Bragg. And he said, hey, I've got a tearful story to tell you, but I want to tell you, I don't want to type it. I want to talk to you. So we got to Fort Bragg, and Nick took off from the hotel room to go get her favorite Mexican food at Los Gallitos in Fort Bragg. So I was like, now's a good time. So I hit him up on Messenger, and we talked. And I haven't spoken to him in probably close to 30 years.
Oh, wow.
But we follow each other on Facebook, and he's one that comments a lot on my Waste No Minutes posts. And he said, hey, first I wanted to say that, listening to what you're typing has changed my life. 3 years ago, he stopped working. He was a fisherman, and he made plenty of money. So he's able to do this without causing, financial harm to his family. He said after watching the Waste No Minutes and seeing things that I was posting, he was saying, man, he's onto something. I want to learn how to live life without wasting minutes. So he's been on this 3-year journey. And so he went to Peru and flew on a helicopter to the top of the mountain to work with a shaman. And they do ayahuasca as
what is that?
It's a plant, but it's a hallucinogen. So it's like mushrooms or LSD.
Oh, I don't know.
And so they do a cleanse. They only eat vegetables and steamed rice.
For how long?
I think for a week. So they do that to cleanse their body, and then they do the ayahuasca. And so ayahuasca, I guess the way he was explaining it to me is it's like a lucid dream. A lucid dream is when you're dreaming. So when you're in a dream, you're dreaming, you go do whatever you want, right? Because I know it's a dream. It's not one of the dreams where you don't know you're dreaming, right? So he said, you go face your fears.
Yeah.
He goes, so I wanted to face my fear of heights. So I went to a cliff and I jumped off, and then I walked next to the edge so I could get comfortable. And he said that helped me overcome my fears. So, and I'm listening to something and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And he goes, so one of the evenings that I was on my meditation, I said, I want to fix my buddy Carl.
Oh.
And so he said that the voice he was speaking to said, well, what do you want to do? And he said, he's got this cancer. I want to fix the cancer. And he was told it's not that's not what the issue is with Carl. It's that he was adopted. And I was like, well, that's kind of, that's odd.
Yeah. So
he said that then the next thing he knew, he was carrying what was me as a baby. To two Samoan woman and a Samoan man that weren't my parents.
Ooh.
And he said that he didn't know what he was supposed to do, so he just put me down and gave me to them. And he said that they bathed me in this light and massaged me.
Oh.
And put the light like in my body. And it sounded like, and I don't know anything about what fofo looks like, right?
Oh yeah. That sounds like fofo.
Yeah. And so I didn't realize that till later on the way home. I was talking to Nick about it. And she goes, don't the Samoans do something with the massage?
Yeah.
Like when babies are born?
Yep.
So, and Pat had no idea. So another thing in his journey was he talked about the light. And I was like, was the light like this bright, like white, bluish light? Kind of like the only way I like to describe it is like a lightsaber, blue lightsaber kind of light. He goes, that's exactly it. And that's when I meditate, I go to
That
Casper
light.
Beach,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And I go to that light, and it's a blue, white kind of light. And I take light like energy, and I put it in my body.
Yeah.
And actually what I've been doing when I meditate is take it and put it where I think the cancer is. But if that's not the problem, you know what I mean? Like if there's things that I need to, so there's just something that after listening to him, I was like, man, maybe I need to find a healer and get fulfilled. I don't know, because if that was something that I missed as a baby, being adopted, that could be what what they're talking about. But I go, were they my parents? And he goes, I didn't think so. They didn't. I wasn't in the dream. It wasn't like I was giving you to your parents. It was more like your culture or your ancestors than it was like your mom and your dad. So it was a really cool thing where we're talking about getting together and just having a, recording a talk with the two of us, because he is on a really incredible journey where he's just out there trying to figure out, how do I live life and not waste minutes. He's in Costa Rica right now working with he and his wife. So he and his wife are just out there, trying to find their way.
Wow. That's crazy. It's funny because, it's not funny, but my mother-in-law did fofos. So all my kids, when they were babies, not that they had to, but I got them fulfilled. And then after my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, Bella, fulfilled my kids, my younger kids, but my older two were fulfilled by my mother-in-law, and fulfill is a massage or kind of it's a blessing, but it's also to help your kids not get so sick. And really, I believe in it. All of Mo's whole family have gotten fulfilled by either Mo's mom, my mother-in-law, following up, or my sister-in-law, Bella, who does the fulfill, or did do the fulfill. She's elderly now. And so she doesn't do it. But I don't know if it's been I think that Mena has because you have to have the touch.
You have it.
You have to have it. And so Tayamanuia Vince, brother Vince is on. Sorry, I got I'm ADD, but my mother-in-law used to do fulfills, and so she fulfilled all my kids when they're like, that is I have 5 kids. I know. I don't look like it. But all 5 of my kids, when they're babies, that's out of the hospital and to my mother-in-law or to my sister-in-law. And I've watched her do it. She's very gentle with the kids, and it's a certain, like, you just don't massage. Like I see her do the routine, seen her do the routine to my kids. And I think we go a couple of times, with the babies. And so I know it's in our culture that we fulfill. I don't know if all my cousins have done it, but because I am married to a Samoan man, and his mother did the fulfill, this is what we did with our kids. And I have to say, my kids have not had any, and not that in my mind, I believe that that this is the reason why my kids are healthy, knock on wood. That this is the reason why my kids are as healthy as can be, and so I really believe in the fulfill. Like, I had a hard time getting pregnant, and my mother-in-law fulfilled me, and then bam, 5 kids later. Now I can't even walk past my husband without getting pregnant. But I truly believe, and we should have a show on the fulfill, because not only the Samoans do it, Tongans, Micronesians, Melanesians have some type of and I don't want to say ritual, but some form of this kind
it's cultural,
of massage.
Right?
Yeah, it's cultural.
Oceania.
Yeah.
What was interesting and validating with Pat was that, and he goes, I'm getting goosebumps listening to you talk about, the energy you see at Casper Beach, because it's the same kind of light.
Right.
And then, as he was talking about it, I'm like, that sounds a lot like when a baby gets fulfilled.
Yeah.
That maybe that's what I missed out on. So it was interesting. It was a really interesting talk. both from the cancer standpoint and from the waste no minutes standpoint.
Yeah, and even if you don't get fulfilled when you're a baby, when you get sick, when a baby gets sick, that's the first thing they do. If the doctors can't help you, they're going to go find someone who does the fulfill. So yeah, Brother Vince is on Big Goose Radio. Big Goose Radio in the house. Vince is checking in on Facebook. He said, "Can they fulfill my wallet?" Mine too, brother. Mine too. I need my wallet fulfilled. But yeah, I think it'd be awesome if we did a show about this and track down the history, because it's been going on for years. They use the aloe to massage the body, and so I love that my mother-in-law did this. And what I was getting to is whenever I have a headache or something, like Mo massages my head. He does this thing that he does all the time. And I used to never not take anything for it, but he would massage my head, and he got that from his mother. But Mena, I really believe Mena has the hands too, because whenever I get ill or anything, Mena's hands are very gentle and she goes right to where my pain is. So I think in my mind, I believe that, but
she took care of you when you had the COVID.
When I had COVID, Mena was by my side, like literally did not leave me and really nursed me back to health. So I believe Mena has that, but how do we push that further? Or even if she wants to do that, my sister-in-law, who is still with us, we could probably go check her out. But yeah, I think a show would be, it would be an amazing show to talk about that and bring the different cultures. And do we still have people that do fulfills?
I'm sure we do.
I'm sure we do. I haven't seen them or heard from it, but Mo says it's passed on from generation, and his mom got it from their grandfather, the late Muevasa Sangpolitele. So yeah, I believe it's passed down, but maybe you can learn it, you know what I mean? But it's you have to fast. My mother-in-law fasts every Friday. Every Friday she would not eat, and then would pray all day over the people that she fulfilled. So it's a beautiful thing. We're gonna have to get deeper into this, because I maybe we can find someone to fulfill you if that's what you're looking
for.
We're
going to Fiji, and we'll find somebody in Fiji.
Yes, we're going to Fiji in August. We're trying to nail down the date. But we're headed to Fiji in August, going to do some interviews. We've been wanting to get out there. So yeah, I'm excited, but that's pretty awesome story there. It's a pretty awesome story. Tai Vaka Vea, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I think that would be a great show. So let's work on that. Vince is like, let's do it. Yes, brother, let's do it. You go ahead and start it. Just kidding. So yeah, we are going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Faika Broadcast. We will be right back.
Our voice is our liberation.
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 My name is Juanita Monesa Kim Yasu. I am from Chuuk, Federated States of Micronesia. I have been living in Vancouver, Washington for almost 10 years, or over 10 years. Airuku amen ertsiagerikit atsi akawirki sotsu atsi pueki putsakuran irisits me putsakuran atsakiak. Ngagu putsak pukurawe why? Pun ngage beridarap me yor udibane. Even not a Kiran, Nami eki putsakuririsi, Pugami fokurari, Nuakusuri Kerodirin, a report better for Fisigari, US up to or thought to Wuru Lake. Iratsuk Parusudai Witson, Arangeli Putsakuririsi, Pugami Witson, I was up where on it to Wuru, Ide, ngami parwitsen e po software avere tubulu mogeiwe fiti fugere pikkewe iketsotore family beterreges kis tatsu kis biwe witi e betats ko e met yamer fokurötsiari narörri kits yamen rötsiari toger family iketogen irepuire irapota sipue apetsekura irisit pun sipotogori tuburu atoyaskewe neirisi
Nari fanson, miarori. Nari fanson, miarori. COVID-19, I Nari fanson, miarorire. Nari fanson,
Awesome. That community announcement was brought to you by Pikawa.
Doing great things up there.
Doing
in the
great
state of
things up
Washington.
there. I'm going to try to hit. I'm trying to head there in April for their.
Oh, that's right.
They're having an event there in April. That's Washington State. Brother Vince, headed to you in April.
That's right. If we get up there, we're gonna
Yes.
have to stop by, see Big Goose Radio
That's
live
right.
and in action.
Oh, we can interview Brother Vince.
Mhm.
There you go. So, let's go. Are you ready? Okay. So, her picture.
We're gonna recognize somebody, being it Women's History Month this
Right.
month. We talked about Queen Liliuokalani last week,
Right.
and that's somebody I think that the people of color, especially women of color,
Mhm.
are going to be left out of history. And
Right.
so now we have the ability to tell their stories. We're going to do it.
So, following the innate desire to explore and navigate, on March 11th of 2021, Nicole Yamesa's Micronesian roots and scientific background took her deeper in the Pacific Ocean than any Pacific Islander had ever gone before. Yamesa arrived at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, the deepest part of any ocean on Earth. To put that in perspective, more humans have been to the moon than have been to the area at the bottom of the Pacific, called the Challenger Deep.
Yamase was nearly 7 miles below the ocean's surface. It's difficult to understand just how deep that is, but if you took Mount Everest and put it in the Challenger Deep, the top of Mount Everest would still be over a mile below the surface of the ocean.
Nicole Yamesa was born in Pompeii and then lived all over Micronesia, including Palau, Saipan, and Chuuk. Yamesa's childhood was one that found her in the ocean snorkeling with her father, who pointed out sea life, coral, and fish. From these oceanic experiences sprung her desire to learn more about marine biology.
Eventually graduating from the University of Hawaii Manoa's Marine Biology graduate program, Yamase was later nominated by the Micronesia Conservation Trust to be the representative for the Federated States of Micronesia to travel to the bottom of the ocean.
It is fitting that a Federated States of Micronesia scientists travel to the Challenger Deep, as it is geographically located within the territory of the Federated States of Micronesia. Yamesa felt that her trip was one that was being made with her as the representative of the community, and wore traditional Pompeian garments and hand-carried a canoe that her father had given her so that she would be the barrier of her culture on the 7-mile trip down to the ocean floor.
Yamase hopes to return to Pohnpei in the future and create a marine lab and, quote, build an army of local scientists. Nicole says, we need to take care of our natural resource for future generations. I hope we can leave this place better than when we came.
Today, PVD recognizes the powerful Pacific Islander Nicole Yamase and commends her dedication, her achievement, and her ability to uplift the image and energy of her community.
I love looking when I'm researching for these things and finding these amazing people that are doing these things that, again, unless you're looking for it, you're just not going
Right.
to see it. You're not going to hear it. So it is an honor to talk about Nicole and her journey through academia.
Yes.
And having it begin from snorkeling with her father. I thought that was really
Yeah.
really
And
cool
that
to
she
read.
took the canoe that he made her
Yes.
with her on her journey. Pretty badass. Okay, Nicole, you go, girl.
Yeah. And also interesting that Mao Piailug is really the person that brought back navigation with Nainoa Thompson. It was a Micronesian. I think he was from Chuk. That, you know, that canoe represents the Micronesian navigational routes. And Mao was the one that taught, you know, he's the one that brought the Hokulea and made the, you know, did the navigation from Hawaii to Tahiti.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's a great story. Good find. Good find.
Okay, so let's tell you were partying Friday night,
It's
right?
just a little.
You were
just a
partying, get
little.
your party on. How many times, and I can say many, and it just from even being drunk at a restaurant and taking the fork or the knife or a cup, if you're at a place that's got a cool mug and it's got the logo or whatever on there, and you're like, man, I'm
I'll
gonna
take this for memory,
take
memoir.
this to make sure I remember the night, right? Well, some lady in San Jose, to remember the night, she went a little overboard. She went behind the bar. I watched the video.
Me too.
On the way out, she goes behind the bar and snatches up a $4,000 bottle of cognac, Louis the 13th.
Right.
$4,000.
$4,000. She took the bottle. She just walked behind the bar, grabbed the bottle. There was a family event, so we have the video up, but you can see her just blatantly just walking behind the bar like nothing is going on. And she grabbed this $4,000 bottle. I don't even think she know. I'm not sure if she knew.
I think she's looks like she's looking specifically for something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she's looking. Yeah, obviously we don't know for sure, but it looks to me like she may not be looking for that one, but she knows.
She knows where to go.
She knows what liquor is. You know, otherwise you just grab. The closest one.
So there was a dinner party of 10 going on there, and she was part of that party. And so in the surveillance camera, you can see her walking out of the restaurant with this 100-year-old cognac bottle.
100 years old.
100 years old. And so the owners, I guess, because they have her on camera, they got a hold of that family that threw the party.
The brother called the restaurant. I think it's after it went viral.
The video went viral.
Once it goes viral, you fear that, right? You're like, oh my gosh, that's my sister. She probably, was the one that had him call. But yeah, that's a little scary. Good thing that back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, there weren't cameras out there.
Yeah. And so the sad thing about it is that she took the bottle. She's a mother of 6 and made a poor decision. Yeah, duh.
That's a felony.
It's for that because she stole that bottle and the restaurant chose not to press charges because she returned the bottle unopened. But
can you imagine if you get home, if she would have been, I don't know, a little tipsy, crack that top, then you can't even return it.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that for whatever reason that remained unopened.
Yeah. Here's my thing. And I always got to take the left field on this. If that was a woman of color that took that bottle, damn Skippy, she would have gotten arrested. I believe in my heart that if she was a brown woman, a black woman, and took that bottle and that bottle went viral, I believe she would have gotten arrested and charges would have been upper ass. Basically.
I remember that if we were in a club back when I was younger, and a fight broke out. And everybody, bartenders and everybody rushed out to break up the fight. I can remember getting back to tables and booths where there were liquor bottles, where people, the Pacific Islander group, ran behind the bar and grabbed liquor bottles from behind the bar. And then we were back like at the, at the booth going, what'd you get? What'd you get? But I don't remember ever being at a place that had a $4,000 bottle of liquor.
Yeah, I don't think a bunch of Samoan guys that would get confronted, but she didn't get charged, and I think she apologized. I'm not sure if she did, but
what have you seen get taken?
I haven't seen anything get taken.
You never
What do you mean?
Like when you're out partying, glasses, but man, maybe it's a guy thing.
It must be a guy thing.
When I was in the dorms at Sac State, like neon lights, those things will get stolen from bars. Like we would take all kinds of dumb stuff and in the morning look at it and go, why did we do that? But maybe it's a guy thing.
Yeah, she allegedly she's fucking on camera. They're like, allegedly, that you got her on camera stealing, this mother of 6. Good job. Good job. Not that I'm judging her because I'm a mother, but you're on, like, it's a $4,000 bottle. I'd have thrown her ass in jail just for a couple of days or so, but that's a felony. That's a felony.
Yeah, that's grand theft.
That's grand theft. She should be doing some time just to set an example to her children, because now her kids know that you can go steal something and take it back and nothing will happen.
I'm glad there's no video from back in the day, but by the time you have kids, then you should be over that kind of stuff.
Right. Especially
like what you're doing in your 20s, in your teens, in your 20s.
Right.
That's one thing. But when you got 6 kids, then you got to make better decisions.
Yeah, better decisions. And she's with a dinner party. So not only did she embarrass her family, she embarrassed the crew that she was with. They're like, we can't take you nowhere. But like, who do you think you are going behind the bar and just grabbing it? Like nobody, she wasn't sneaky. She walked confidently behind the bar, grabbed the bottle, and whoever was with her was just like escorting her out. Like they were going to the bathroom or something. So
when I lived in the dorms, some of the football players took one of the vending machines, Coke, Pepsi, whatever vending machine, and put it in their room and opened it up and put beer instead of sodas in there. So you could go in there and put 50 cents in there and get whatever beer came down the chute.
Yeah, this lady, she really works my nerves, because it pisses me off that she just got let go.
$150 a shot. If you want a shot of that, you're at the bar and you order a shot of that Louis XIII cognac, it's $150 a pop.
Yeah. She should be in jail, in my opinion. She should be in jail, in my opinion, because if it had it been me, which I don't steal, so it wouldn't be me, but had it been me that did that, my ass they would throw me in jail and throw the key away. I guarantee. But because allegedly she looks like a white woman to me, that looks like she just didn't get in trouble because of
second chances.
No.
That's what the owner said.
Yeah.
He believes in second chances.
Yeah. If that was me, he'd have thrown my second chance ass in jail. So, but there you go. Good job, lady. Good job. You got out of jail, showed your kids that you can steal and just take it back and nothing will happen to you. So there you go.
That's the lesson learned there.
Good job.
So,
allegedly.
Our next topic is reminds me of our Naopo meeting. When we were in Las Vegas, we had a gathering at a restaurant. It was called Bahama Breeze, and they didn't have a karaoke system there. So we brought our own. We walked out to the patio, carried our karaoke machine out to the patio, and literally, I mean, not like a song or two, like hours of singing, because we love to sing, or most of us love to sing. Naki and I weren't singing. And that reminds me of just how much do our Pacific Islanders love singing. There's a Pacific Islander doctor in Brisbane, Australia, a surgeon, Jeff Mudoioa, that serenades patients by singing to them.
That's so cool.
That's a Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
I love singing. You love listening to singing. And yeah, this is one of those men I came across and we're like, yeah, this applies. We should talk
Right.
about this.
A Brisbane doctor from the Solomon Islands serenades his patients before surgery. That's freaking awesome. It's are you gonna play the? Yeah, we'll just play a little bit of it.
Waiting on the world to change. We don't have to wait, we have to change it. Waiting on the world to change. Now you can change the world. Sisters, wash your hands. Exactly, wash your hands. We keep on waiting. Waiting on the world to change.
Oh, that's awesome.
Waiting on the power to bring our neighbors home from war. They will never miss a Christmas. No more ribbons on the door. And if we accept my vision, what you get is what you got. They can bend it on the nation you get, or they can bend it on
That's-
they want.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a reggae fan, so that's awesome. He's a reggae fan. He loves singing his favorite reggae songs, and he takes requests from his patients. So
I think he's a surgeon for breast cancer.
yeah, specializes in breast cancer.
He had talked about how he saw his patients were really stressed out before the surgery, and he was looking for a way to calm them down.
That's so
and
awesome.
settle their nerves. And that's somebody who just is trying everything. That's a healer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's somebody who's doing everything they can to help the person.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I bet he's amazing. He's fun to work with.
Yeah.
So yeah, big kudos to Dr. Muduayoa.
I'm sure we're not pronouncing that correct.
I'm sure I jacked that up. So sorry, doctor.
He's a Pacific Islander from the Solomon Islands, and he's in Brisbane, Australia.
That's awesome. So yeah, big shout out to him. We have Koviki Talk on Monday, the 28th.
That's correct.
And we will it's a Fiji takeover. So Una with
Radio Bula Duavata
will be taking over in language. So tune in for that. That's happening Monday, the 28th at 5 p.m. A big shout out to Una for doing Koviki Talk.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we really need to focus on is putting things in language. And if it means we step aside and we let other people jump in on the platform and speak in whatever Pacifica language that needs to be told in, then more power to them. I'm looking forward to just seeing the different Fijian leaders that she's going to bring to the show.
Yeah.
And listening to, even though I don't understand it, but I'll understand that it's Pacifica people speaking in language to their own community.
Yeah.
More of that needs to happen.
Yes. And they'll be talking about the booster shot for kids 5 and over. So tune in. It's going to be a great show. That's again March 28th at 5 p.m. And then we are here every Sunday at 10ish. We Favi that way now. I used to be OCD about time, and now we just Favi. 10ish. We're here every Sunday at 10ish. Wednesday, we're on Island City Media. Download the Dash Radio app. Search Island City. They have a bunch of amazing programs. A lot of Pacific Islanders that air their shows there. Big Goose Radio is on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Brother Vince was on not too long ago. Who else?
Go check them out.
Go follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Get their merch. Man, we need merch. We don't got time for that. But they did send me like a hoodie, a couple of hoodies, couple of t-shirts. So thank you, Big Goose Radio. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think we got it. We covered it.
Yes, we'll be in Southern California next weekend, so we may or may not be here. I'm not sure. We come back Sunday morning, so yeah, maybe we'll be here. We'll be here next weekend. Check us out. We're in Southern California. We'll be going live from the We Are Samoa Gala. Come back to Faika with us.
Love y'all.